Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss a team update, so that should be good, and we'll cover some more injuries. So last time I did a video 5-6 days ago, we had Elliot Yeo, Roland Marshall, and the Philippou injuries, and today we have a whole new crop. So Wardlaw injuries, I think he's 8+ weeks. Same with Adam Treloar. Sam Flanders has come out with a back issue. Dougal Howard's gone down. Liam Jones and Johannesson have gone down. And then the Sydney injury report came out today. Logan, McDonald and McLean might miss round 1, and McCartan's gone forward, which we know. So that could open up a spot down back for maybe a Ben Patton. So we'll touch on that too. But yeah, before we get into the video or the team update, so you'll go through team update, then we'll go through the injuries. We do have a Discord link in the description. A few thousand people on there. And yeah, the activity's picking up. A lot of NBA chat with the big trade that dropped, which is pretty wild. But yeah, we have sections for NBA. BBL's over, but we have a cricket section, FPL section. We have everything. We also have a few of us are playing Pokemon Pocket TCG. So yeah, pretty big Discord at this point. So if you want to join the community and maybe you don't like any of that stuff and you just want to talk footy, which is the main thing, come join. Our Discord link is in the description. We'll have leagues coming pretty soon. And yeah, honestly, if you not involved in the community playing this game, it's just not the same. So it's good to be part of one. So feel free to join. Link is in the description. So yeah, we'll get into the team. Defense is the same. It's been the whole way, basically. Sheasel, Sinclair, Clark, Keller Mills. I've toyed a little bit with Flanders and Sicily, but the buy and Flanders too expensive, and now he's injured. So I really don't know who else to go. Filters defense. Like, it's all buy players. Luke Ryan, he could come out the blocks and just seagull, or he could be not that. So I don't really know. And I guess Houston Martin will be interesting how they go. Houston new club, Nick Martin's playing inside mid. I feel like that hasn't really been talked about, but I'm interested to see that. Yeah, Newman's gone down and Nass is looking good, but does Nass have the ceiling with Sinclair back there to be a top 8, top 10? Probably goes close. And Dale's got the bad bite. It's really hard. I have decided though, if I'm going to pick another mid-price or premium. By the way, I have 11 mid-prices in my team at the moment, so that's going to probably end in tears, but it's February, so usually I make my worst teams in February. But if I am going to pick another player in defense, I think it's Matty Roberts. I think he does have the buy, but he does present a lot of cash savings at 440k. It was on the Traders podcast, which is a great podcast. Definitely listen to that. Even though it's for fantasy, you get a bit of intel and they're pretty entertaining. So the boys that do that. So Nat Roberts was on there and he said Callum Mills playing full mid. He's playing half back, and they asked him, They asked Roberts if we have to pick between the two of you, who are you picking? He said probably should pick the captain Mills, but you won't go wrong with either. Basically, he said can't go wrong with either of them. So it's good confidence from Roberts and high in the time trial and all that. And we saw back at end of the regular season, I think he did 105 plus in that role, where a bit more responsibility, play a bit more quarterback-ish role. So I'll probably take him. I've got him in fantasy. Am I 100% sure on him? No. And the buy sucks with Mills and Smith. But if I do feel like the rookies fall through and we don't get them, and I feel forced to pick someone, it'll be Roberts. Rookies, yeah, Ben Patton. As I said before, I don't know exactly how their defense is going to work, but yeah, maybe they go a bit smaller up forward. McCartan maybe plays forward like he's training at the moment. Probably needs to. Logan and McLean are out. Help Amadi up there. So yeah, Patton's only 186 centimeters. Did Google that, but he was in the ones team in the match sim that they did. League, this should be a spot for him if he can just break his way in with Perryman coming gone. So he can sort of play bit of mid, bit of defense, wherever. Zach Reed, full preseason, but I think I will drop him if we get someone else that looks good. And Buslinger with the injuries to Liam Jones, and O'Donnell's been training a bit forward. They're trying Gardner forward too, so I don't really know where Busling is at the moment. Maybe fighting for Karmas now with Jones' injury that's come up, so that's that. Mids, again, I've said this most videos, Butters, Brayshaw, Sarong, Dawson, Bont. Those are the expensive guys I'm picking from. I do think maybe I should pick I think about Tom Green has a buy, but like a Green or LDU. Just higher CBA, higher contested ball than a few of these guys, like a Brayshaw and a Dawson. But I guess these guys can all do 115 plus. I don't see why. I mean, it might be hard with Dawson with the reduced CBAs, but Brayshaw can and no tag threat. But yeah, Dawson, Butters got tagged a lot last year, so yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like these players and see upside in maybe Butters fair price. I can see a little bit upside in Dawson and Brayshaw. Clary, I think you just got to pick unless he proves otherwise. Still got Pitling and Hollands. Got a lot of mid prices, but they'll probably change. But hopefully Pitling can do 90 like he did at the Giants. I think every time I speak about Pitling, I say the same thing. And yeah, it's been good in match sim. And Hollands, I think he's the main guy back there for Carlton. They got Cowan, McGovern. Doherty's still training a bit of mid, bit of wing, bit of everywhere. I don't know how much time he spends down back, but if he's training in other positions, it doesn't seem to me like he'll be full time down back. And we'll see what happens. But the path for points seems pretty clear for Hollands. He just has to play well, and he'll get defender status. So when we're back to best 22, he can sort of swing back. And yeah, this defense makes me very nervous, and we'll find out what rookies we get. Worry about that after practice matches. Got Jagger in still. Don't see why he shouldn't be in. But he's the only first-year player, I think, in the whole team that I have from the draft. Maybe a Goss. Apparently he's getting big reps at West Coast with the Yo injury. Could he sneak in? But I've pretty much gone for mature ages, which I think should be good. But my understanding of like the deeper picks in the draft is pretty shallow, to be honest. So maybe we'll find out a bit more in practice games, and then we can do some more background checking. But yeah, Jagger, I think almost everyone has him. Sardis getting a bit of talk at Essendon. I didn't mind him in first year. Obviously, the kicking's an issue, but didn't really get proper opportunity. But was able to like come in and start finding the pill, no problem. A bit of a rough start to his career with not a lot of opportunity, and yeah, the scrutiny on his kicking and stuff. So see how he goes, but apparently impressing, and we know the talent's there. I think he was pick 5 or 6. I think it was 5. So third year now, should be ready to go. So 190k is not much, pretty low risk, and pretty high ceiling for his price. So he can potential to make a lot of money, but is he going to be sub? Still got Parrish, Durham, Merritt, Cordwell. Shields playing halfback apparently. Is he the 5th guy? Probably ahead of Hobbs from what we've been reading. So yeah, are they going to give him opportunity? We'll see. And then rookies Nevitt, Hewitt, and Rouston. Was reading a bit on the Giants board, and yeah, seems like Rouston's going okay. Don't know a lot about him. I think he's 3rd year now, 2nd or 3rd. I think it's 3rd, but yeah, obviously they got a few best 22 spots available, and the mid depth, Kelly and Cogs I think over 30 now, 30 or 30 on the dot. I'm not too sure, but and Callahan I think has had an injury issue, but should be right for round 1. But yeah, just wonder what that sort of looks like. The next players coming through there, maybe it's a Rouse and maybe it's someone else. I don't know, but we should wasting our time talking about M11. Still got Sherry and TDK in the ruck. If I have to pick someone else, maybe it's Flynn at R2. That does make me nervous. Or I guess it's Pay for Gorn. I'm not sure. I thought about Darcy, sort of in the mix, but just so injury prone and hasn't had the full preseason, but they're sort of building him up so he's going to be like ready to go round 1. So it's a bit of an odd one. You can do worse than Darcy. Definitely can put up some monster scores. So we'll see. Sherry declining for now. I do think Sherry's overpriced based on what his back end fixture last year was, just like destroying, second, like backup rucks basically, and easy matchups. So this time around, I think he's got Witts early. I think he's got O'Brien early. He got Gorn early. So guys that win a lot of hitouts, not going to be as easy at all. But does have English round 1, who I think he pummeled pretty badly last year. So that hopefully can capitalize on that. But the Dogs mids are, they can shark and whatnot. Forward lines where it gets interesting a little bit. I don't have Horn Francis still. I'm committed to that for the most part. Did 95 post-buy and did have some spike scores when Rosie and Wines missed. That being said, this is the second time they've had Horn Francis news on Adelaide primetime news, where apparently he's been overseas again training, and hopefully that'll help his fitness, doing an extra boxing session a week apparently, to help his fitness. So obviously the talent is unbelievable here, and if he does take a big step forward again, then we don't have him, could be in a bit of strife. But I do see a lot of money makers in the forward line, so could I just take out Dawson for Horn Francis? And also got to remember, for people that like Sanders, and we'll find out a bit more on Sanders in the next few weeks, he does have that round 12 bye, and usually I don't really look too much at buys, but I think it's just around 12 one you got to be conscious of, because Sheasel, Butters, TDK, Sherry, Daniel, Horn Francis is there too. I don't have Bond at the moment as well, so some people might like a Tim English. How do I clear this? I forgot how. Clear. There we go. So I've got to be conscious of that. And for me, I think if I have to pay more for Horn Francis, and Port's open, I think it was, don't take my word for this, I think it was 6 of the first 9 at Adelaide Oval for Port. I will need to check that properly. Why don't I just do it now? Port Adelaide fixture. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm making stuff up. Because that's away. That's away. Maybe it's, I don't know. It does seem more like late over games. Forget I just said that. But it does have Richmond and Collingwood first 2 rounds, which usually not bad matchups for midfielders. We'll see. I haven't really... Part of my psyche as well is Horn Francis has done a hammy at North, hammy last year as well. If that happens again, it's a pretty big leg up on a lot of the comp, but it's like a weird thing to think about. But reality is most of my teams are like pretty durable. Like I'm not taking a Chera, although I can see Chera going really well. I'm kind of worried about not picking him if he gets to that 108 plus that he did a few years ago, but I don't know, just durability is shocking. How long can the body hold up for? I don't know. Maybe it's all fine now after Qatar, but missing Bailey picks can go pretty badly. I've got Bailey Smith. Dangerfield came out with some comments the other day saying, got to keep in mind that, I'm just paraphrasing here, that he is coming off the ACL. It'll be, I think, 15 months because he did it mid-December last year. So do we temper expectations here? And also, I believe the Geelong mids have all been rotating a bit on a wing. So is it actually going to be full-time inside mid? I still think so. It's probably, maybe it's why he came, because that's what they offered him. But we'll see. So the only thing I've thought about is changing him to Matt Roberts. That's it. If we need, if I need an extra player here, where's it coming from? It's probably coming from reallocating cash in the forward line. I think I want 3 decent mids. So, and Bailey Smith has the bye. It'd be a pretty big death ride because he's so highly owned. But I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get from Bailey Smith. I did check his numbers from, I think it was the start of 2023 when he did get a bit of inside time, and he was pumping 140 DT scores like the first few weeks. It was with really high TOG, which I don't think will be repeated, like 95% TOG, but he was pumping some monster scores. And if he does that, we don't have him. There's problems, so keep him for now. Maybe we're just overthinking it. Sanders, Garcia, and Maric, like a little bit speculative. Got Sanders in for now. It's more... I remember Andy Brayshaw a few years ago broke out. First 2 years, I think he's like averaged at like 60s or 70s, and then just went bang. Was under 400k, and then I think he nearly reached 600k in his third year. So yeah, averaged 100 plus, and he was a forward for us. Might have been the COVID year as well. So yeah, with these mid prices, do you just pick them, the ones with the role change or improved roles, and just hope they pop, or do you just go guns and rookies, more guns and rookies, and jump on them? Do you sort of wait on them? So is it better to jump on or to start and potentially fail, or get a look and then burn a trade to get them in? It's a hard question. I don't really know. Definitely with this sheer amount of the stupid amount of mid prices that I have at the moment, we're going all in, hopefully they pop. And if they don't, we'll reallocate the money. We can go down to rookie, get a bit of money, and then maybe get another mid-pricer that pops or someone else. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. He's in for now. He had 30 in the practice game. Remember last year in the practice game, in the Dogs Intra Club, 30 and 3 he had, which was reported. But, yeah, remember I think he had 20 touches and a half last year in a practice game. Then he got tagged in the second half, which, yeah, pretty rough for a first-year player. But yeah, he'll be definitely better with the extra preseason. And last year very much went through the motions, I think. Really hyped up, top draft pick. They gave up a huge amount to get him. Bevo was, talking him up. Most prepared rookie he's ever seen. So, yeah, we'll see how he goes. But, yeah, definitely being subbed and whatnot, and confidence would have taken a hit, and just wasn't much room in that midfield with Treloar and Bont. All-Australian Libba was still pretty good. Richards came through too, so I guess with Treloar out, he'll get opportunity, you'd think, and now Kennedy's there, but I think Sanders would probably get more mid-time, but it's just a watch at the moment. If he does break out, and then it's like you want to get him in, but Treloar's coming back, it puts you in a bit of a weird spot. But hey, we like midfielders that are in the forward line, so we'll see what sort of role he gets, hopefully, in practice games. Daniel is pretty easy pick, and still got Garcia and Maric. Not many updates, small updates on these two, I guess. I was listening to SEN this morning, so yeah, if you don't, I highly recommend SEN Mondays and Fridays now, so Kane Corns and David King. Like, they just laugh the whole time, but it's also like, it's a good balance between serious chat and banter. They've got the balance perfectly, and yeah, they're good personalities for radio too. But yeah, David King does the track watching, so he came on and shared a few of his notes, and he said Garcia, he got a lot of on-ball time, and there's something about Garcia he likes, which is a good sign. It's just not much more than that, but that's all he said about Garcia, so that's a good sign. I don't think he's a massive accumulator, but we'll see what happens when extra preseason, hopefully a better role. That's what we're looking for. But it's the tackle count that really props up his score. So, yeah, just on the eye, he's very, what's the word? Tenacious? I don't know if that's the right word, but he plays with a high intensity. You can see that. Seems to be like very competitive dudes if you watch him. So, yeah, definitely high intensity, I think, is the right word. And yeah, he's only 240k. If it fails, we'll just go down to a rookie. But yeah, hopefully he's not sub or anything and does get those spots. I think the competition for mid-time is probably competing with Zach Jones and Winhager, who, to be honest, I don't think are the future of that mid-rotation. But I could be wrong on Winhager. And then Maric, 220k, apparently taking kick-ins. Like, it's pretty hard to pass up. But again, is he any good at the role? How good's his kicking? We'll find out, hopefully. But yeah, 220k, basically an expensive rookie. People paying 170 for Travalia and Lynch and whatnot. And so, yeah, it's only a bit extra for someone in a far better role. But we'll find out if he's any good, hopefully, in practice games. And then still got Flynn. Just someone 260k can do in the 80s, but not without risk. What's this fixture like? Wits. Yuck. Oscar McInerney. Darcy. This is terrible. I haven't seen this before. Briggs is actually injured at the moment, coming off knee surgery. TDK. You can score on TDK. Draper can be restrictive. I should stop looking at this. I'm waiting for Melbourne to pop up. This is a horrific fixture. I didn't consider this. He's cheap, and see if he beats out Bailey Williams for the spot. The player I shouldn't be scared of not having Bont, but man, the thought of watching Bont and not owning him kind of sucks. But I guess we'll just have to watch the young Sanders, but we'll see if we actually pick him or not. Let me know what you think. I mean, it's a high-risk team with all the mid-prices, but it's whatever. It is what it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, then start playing for next year again, which would be bad because I want to have a good year, which would be good. Anyway, a few injuries. So the Wardlaw injury, what does that mean? Well, it's probably Luke Parker, Simpkin and Powell getting a bit of an uptick in mid-time. I'm still not sure with Parker how much they want him and need him potentially forward. I feel like it's guesswork with Parker. Whereas like with Sanders, although like Parker's a proven guy, he's a bit older now, but he still looked fine last year. Sanders is very much unproven, so but at the same time, Parker, I can't see Sanders sitting deep forward, whereas potentially that could happen with Parker, so we'll see. Tom Power, I mean, I assume he's got to be mid only. For 30k, don't think you can go there. Could get an increased role, apparently having a really good preseason, and definitely there's something to work with Power. Haven't actioned anything with the Wardlaw injury. I guess maybe bump up Powell or Parker in your draft, but although Wardlaw will be back pretty early, you'd think maybe like around 4 or 5. So yeah, hopefully Georgie recovers all good. But it's a no to Parker for me, but we'll see how we go in preseason, what the mid-time looks like. So it's going to be hard to be keeper, I think, just because, when everyone's back, there's still Sheasel, Wardlaw, LDU, Simpkin, Power. I guess Phillips is probably done. Paper stamped by Clarko, you'd think. But if they need a tagger, they could probably pull that one out of the hat. So yeah, I guess we'll watch Parker, but I haven't really considered Parker heavily. Just more role related. Adam Treloar, so Sanders and Kennedy. Kennedy's a little bit too expensive, I think, for someone that we know he can play multiple roles. He's a good mid. I remember opening round 1 a few years ago, just wasn't massive. I think he scored like 130 for Carlton. Was playing really well, and then I think a few injury niggles, and their midfield was so strong at the time that Chera, Cripps, Walsh, Hewitt was a new recruit as well. So something sort of had to give, and ended up being Kennedy. When Treloar's back, I just think the roles will be all over the place with Kennedy, so it's a no for me. But Sanders, the high pick. Could he just completely break out this year? It's on the cards, but we don't know. It's a bit of a gamble, but I mean, reports have been great, so we'll see how he looks. But in the vision, there's highlights on the Bulldogs website of the intro. I think it might have been YouTube, or I can't remember. It was YouTube or the website, but the highlights look pretty good. It was bursting out of stoppage and overlap handballs, so kicking goals. So that is Sanders. So he's in my team for now. It's still speculative, but you'll definitely get there. It's just how long. Dougal Howard injuries, I've no idea what that means. I think they've tried Ari Schollmaker a little bit key defense. I'm not sure if he is a key defender though, so that's sort of one. There is, I forget the name, there is a 113 rookie that's key defender for St Kilda. I'm not even sure it's worth looking it up, but because I do just remember saying support on our Discord. Seb said something about he could get a game with this rookie. I haven't even Googled him at all. I don't know his numbers or anything about him, but could be key defense. Might have been Barrett. Let's just Google. Why not? Why is it coming up with James Charles? Seriously. Key position. Okay. 2006. That's pretty young. Yeah, teenager. Teenage key defender, and always like a bit worrying for Supercoach anyway. Oh, these numbers are 13. Oh, hang on, that's kicks. 16's okay, I guess. Big country. I think that's better competition, I think. You're playing against SA and stuff. It's key defender. Doesn't seem like someone that's going to score a lot, but I don't know. So I don't really know what happens there. Maybe implications for Ari playing taller, not sure. I guess Flanders in the back issue. I mean, it's just you don't pick. Is it Bailey Humphrey? Now, Will Graham's done multiple hamstrings, I believe, in the preseason, or at least one, but I think I read multiple. Is Humphrey? Oh, he's forward. Is that 270k? Okay. Flanders' back issue is a bit of a strange one because he's had it before Christmas and he's still got it now. So if you've had a back issue for 5-6 weeks, that's always a worry that hasn't gone away. So there's no way you touch Flanders now. Mid forward. Well, that's got to be Humphrey, right? So, and yeah, we've seen the fixture of Gold Coast. I dare say a Rao Anderson could go absolutely nuts because I think they've got the North West Coast and Richmond trio in the first 6 or 7 rounds. So yeah, they do have the bye though. So I've seen a few people pick Anderson, but yeah, should destroy them. The Suns mids should get on top early, but yeah, has the bye. And yeah, the last one was Logan McDonald. McLean could miss round 1. I think Logan looks like he'll miss, and McLean's got some issue as well. McCartan forward, slot down back. So maybe that's Ben Patton, who was in the best 22 for the A's team in Sydney. So I guess maybe, yeah, spot down back, but maybe they need actual key defender. I'm not quite sure who their talls are if it's not McCartan. Rampy can play tall, but he's undersized. I honestly forget. Yeah, who's playing McCartan's role? I don't know. One to watch anyway. So, yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Very much this year, I think, or this preseason, probably eased back. Like, seeing, Insider Sword Play doing heaps of videos, Abs pumping out videos, and a few other YouTubers as well that doing a few more videos too. Check out Wiz Supercoach as well. He's doing a great job with a lot of like sort of different videos, like more deeper stat analysis. So check him out. He's doing a great job too. So plenty of content out there. So I don't think there's a need for me to just pump content of like team analysis and stuff like that. It's more when news comes, we'll talk about it and we'll just show the team updates frequently. It really shouldn't be updating this much, but 37 days to go. Pretty keen. Even less than that, 30 days to go for opening round. Pretty crazy, but yeah, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.